All right, what's going on, everyone? Thank you for joining me once again on the Michael Mars Show. Today is Thursday, September 17th, 2020. This is Season 2, Episode 32. And I'm joined today by Virginia Tech animal and longtime homie, Eric Palmer. Why don't you say what's up to everyone, big man?
What's going on, people? Good to be here.
Yeah, dude. It took a while to get you on. We should have done one in the summer, but, you know, busy schedules. But nevertheless, dude, getting you here early on in the semester. Let's waste no time. Should we get into some Virginia Tech questions to start the pod?
I'm out for it.
Yes, sir. All right. As you guys probably know, if you're from the Blacksburg area, Christiansburg, or Radford Town, Virginia Tech has the food spots on and off campus. You guys literally have anything you could imagine, anything you could possibly imagine. But what's your preference? What are your top 3 food spots, like I said, on or off campus, whichever one?
Let's see. I'd probably have to start somewhere on campus. I mean, all the dining halls are great. Like, I mean, obviously, like, we're world-renowned for that, but I'd have to say Brugger's. Always a good way to start the day. Get some nice breakfast sandwiches in.
Oh, they got breakfast sammies?
Yeah, dude. They got some, they actually have some nice lunch sandwiches, too, but, like, they're unmatched. The line's always, like, out the door, of course, though, but they're bomb.
Now, how does that rival Bagel Shop in Ashburn?
Dude, low-key, recently, Bagel Shop hasn't been doing it for me.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like,
the last couple of years, but, like, have you ever been to Deli South in Leesburg?
I don't think so.
Oh, Kevin Miach got me. Shout out Kevin. Kevin Miach got me hip to Deli South. Oh, my bad. Keep going with your.
No, I got you. So I'd have to say there. We're like right on the center of Main Street. So like we got Waffle House. We got this place Italiano's. That's gonna be my number 2 for sure. Just the prices are unbeatable. The amount of food they just loaded up. It's like a weird combination of Italian and Mediterranean food. So it's like they got pizza, calzones.
They got it all.
But then
Italiano's, you better have all the Italian foods if you're gonna be Italian.
But then they're also like throwing out like gyros, like a bunch of lamb products, which I mean like they're gas, but like
it's quite interesting.
It's a weird mix.
Like college kids eating some lamb,
and it's like they're like a late night place. So like they'll be open to like 3:30 I think on weekends. So it's like you're walking in, they just got like the rotisserie thing with the lamb. They're just like carving it up like at 2 a.m. and you're like, this is life.
I feel like every restaurant at Virginia Tech's campus, like because I went to Waffle House this past weekend at like 1:30 in the morning.
That's so nice.
Dude, like, the place was bumping.
Yeah.
Like not just was Waffle House, because Waffle House was crowded, but like Insomnia Cookies down the street. I could see like some buzz going on down there, like just kids walking around. I was like, boys, it's 1 o'clock. Like, should we be going to bed soon, eh?
Hey,
but
nice.
Yeah, what's your number 3?
Do you guys have McAdoo's around here? I'd say McAdoo's. I know there's one in Christiansburg. It's like a pub bar type joint. The atmosphere there is just crazy. It's like you walk in, there's like a moose head, like one of those taxidermy things, just like at the front center. And then there's like a King Kong statue like hanging from the ceiling. He's got like the chick in his hand, whatnot.
What a movie!
But they got dope sandwiches. They got some nice wings, like a whole ass menu. It's a good selection. I'd definitely stay there for number 3.
Yeah, that's some good looking restaurants. Or I mean, I've only been to Italiano's, but I've never been to McAdoo's. And what was your first one again?
Brugger's. That one's on
yeah, I was gonna say I've never been to Brugger's.
Yeah, they usually close at like 2 or 3 just because they run out of.
Yeah, we got to branch out more. I feel like when I come down to Tech, because I'm there, like as you guys know, like I'm there all the time. Yeah, we got to start branching out to these new restaurants. The thing is, dude, I just burn through money when I go there. I'm just cooking through money. Yeah, that sounds like some good talk right there. Now, this is something I actually really want to talk about, and this is why we're getting into it as our second topic. Eric's fraternity, Teak at Virginia Tech, is doing a collaboration with St. Jude. They have a project that they're doing through St. Jude, or for St. Jude. Do you want to explain to everyone, our listeners, like what you guys are doing?
So basically, it's like every year we have our Teak Week, which is just our philanthropy week where we go balls to the wall, raise money for St. Jude. We obviously usually get everyone involved like around campus, whether it's like a bingo night, whether it's like a talent show, whether it might be whatever. We do like the head shaving things where it's like you auction off a head.
Do you ever get kids like that aren't in your fraternity that do it? Like some kids just get
not typically, because like we usually get a lot more help from sororities, just between like the guy to go and a girl.
Mm-hmm.
But like the fraternities that do help out, I would say they would go that distance, unless like I personally haven't seen or met someone, but like if they say knew someone or had like say even like a sister or brother that was like a patient, like they might. But we actually there's one brother that was a patient at St. Jude when he was a kid. He actually went to Tuscarora, but he joined this past year. He's a sophomore now.
Oh, he's only a sophomore?
Yeah, so I mean, it's just crazy like that reach, because like
yeah, it's especially special to him.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, like, one of the reasons he wanted to join us was obviously because that meant so much to him. Because I mean, like, obviously, big part of the fraternity life is you have your social life, you have your connections, but like, end of the day for us, a big part of it is just being able to do that.
Yeah, philanthropy work is super important, and I feel like a lot of fraternities and sororities don't really emphasize that, like like helping out the community and you know, charities and stuff like that. They're more into. I mean, I'm not saying all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, there's plenty that do their fair share, and hats off to them. But at least around here, I feel like there's not as much philanthropy work as there should be.
And I mean, even if it's like something local, it's like you can still be helping out, but it's just like the extent that you're going to, how far you're willing to go for it is just like the big things. And it's like some kids, like they're going to put their life on the line. Some kids are like, all right, like I'm not going to do this.
Yeah.
And it's like, those are just the freeloaders. And like some people like try to take credit for stuff like that too when they're not like really trying, just because like the rest of the group succeed. It's like riding the bench like on a championship team. Yeah. Almost, and just like trying to brag about it, and it's like,
yeah, I know what you mean, riding the bench on a cherry tree. That's a good analogy. But yeah, we were talking off camera before we started. Why don't you tell everyone how successful this has been for you guys in the past? In terms of money raised.
So since I've been there, it's $300K raised in the past 2 years, and it's like every year we have that week. So it's like within that week we raise $150K every year. But in the past 4 years, it's $650K.
That's insane. And that's just, I just want to emphasize, that's just Teak at Radford. Just one fraternity.
Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech, what did I say?
You said Radford.
Oh, not Radford. Sorry, we don't have Teak here at Radford. Yeah, shout out Virginia Tech. But yeah, just Teak at Virginia Tech. That's honestly incredible.
And it's like, obviously we get help from a lot of the sororities and fraternities, but it's like people within our chapter, like reaching out family members, just doing whatever we possibly can to raise as much money for the kids. I mean, it's really what it's about, obviously.
Yeah, that is so awesome. When do you guys stop taking donations and fundraising and stuff?
So it's like every person has like their personal page, and like they're trying to get donations within that week. It's usually, I think, April. Like it differs depending on like when spring break is, when like
we have like. So it's basically the entire year.
No. I mean, like we'll take like donations a couple like weeks ahead. Like say like, oh, this person reached out. They're like, yeah, I want to donate. Like you can add it to that page, but it's like that like the chapter as a whole, it like closes off after that week. So it's like once we get to like whatever. So it's like we had that whole week to try and meet our quota. This year was like 150. We ended up getting like 163K total by the end of the week, I think.
Nice.
But yeah, like it's not like a year-round thing. It's like, because I mean, obviously people are not going to go out of their way and donate like throughout the year. It's like some people like, I mean, like my family members know like I'm going to be hitting them up every year, like now, like around that time.
Now, so because this is your third year in Teak, your third year doing this. How different is it this year because of COVID and everything like that? Like, is it actually is it a lot more challenging for you guys?
I was about to say we actually had a virtual Teak week this past year, and surprisingly, it went great. Just between our philanthropy chairs organizing it, making it so like it ran smoothly, getting a lot of people on board. We actually had a St. Jude rep do like I wouldn't say like maybe like a happy hour call type thing where it's like you get on, everyone's like trying to do this, post on social media, just try and like spread the word, try and bring in money. So that was really cool because like throughout that, she was like giving us a tour. She was like showing us like a lot of, because normally we actually go to the hospital. We weren't able to this last year because of Corona.
Yeah.
But we were still able to have like a successful week in terms of fundraising.
Yeah.
So I mean,
that's incredibly awesome, man. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Teak at Virginia Tech. Make sure to get in touch with Eric and make a donation. I mean, any amount makes a difference. It's going to be in the link in the description below. It's going to be at the top of the description. So make sure to get in touch with Eric, or if you know someone else at Teak at Virginia Tech, get in touch with them and help make a difference, because what you guys are doing is like really, really awesome.
It's like a great feeling too, just knowing that you're making a difference in people's lives.
Yeah.
And about like the hospital, it's like normally you get to go see like the kids, like you get to visit them in their rooms, see what they're doing. Like they have like artwork all over the wall. The hospital is beautiful. Like the founder is actually a former Teak guy, which is why like every Teak chapter nationally does it. Mm-hmm. And it's just crazy what that institution's like. And it's just like life-changing to see what those kids go through, like how strong they are,
they're incredibly strong, dude. I mean, incredibly strong, incredibly brave. And they were put in a situation that they can't control.
Exactly.
So it's only right for us to help as much as we possibly can. So props to you guys. Like I said, top of the description, please make a donation. But you want to move on to another Virginia Tech topic question? Okay, so we haven't really been able to experience it much this year, or actually at all. But Center Street, it's a big time celebration at Virginia Tech on game days. But what is your best Center Street story or best game day story? I think I know what's coming my way. But
I told you a little bit about this before. So I mean, as you know, Center can be like 30, 40,000 people if it's a good week. Like, I mean, Notre Dame,
the
like,
block is hot.
It's like the whole student population's there and then some.
Yep.
But I think this was the UNC game, the game that went into 4 overtimes last year.
Six.
Oh, six
overtimes.
No, even worse because I'll get into it. So the tailgate was business as usual. Obviously, you do your drinking. It's like 15 minutes before game time. The cops come around, shuffle everyone into the stadium. So, I mean, I watched the first half, but come halftime, I'm just like, I can't sit around and stand anymore for this. I just need to go home, get some food in me. So me and some of my pledge brothers start walking to Chick-fil-A. We get to Chick-fil-A like 5 minutes out from the stadium, and I reach my wallet to grab my student ID so I can get my food, obviously. Wallet's not there. So in my head, I'm just freaking out. I'm still slightly drunk. I'm just like, all right, this is not good.
Your heart drops.
Literally.
When you go for your phone or your wallet and it's not there, it's like...
I was literally like just trying to go home, chill, watch the rest of the game. I'm like, this is the worst possible thing I have to deal with right now. So I sprint back to the stadium. Don't know why I sprinted, but yet again, slightly drunk. Searching for it on the way, didn't find it. They let me back in the stadium for some reason. I don't know why.
That's crazy. When you told me that, I was like, dude, I'm just going to start running into stadiums and just be like, I lost my phone.
Because I mean, I couldn't tell you whether they're college kids doing it or locals.
I mean, you weren't lying. I mean, you're...
Yeah, no, like, I mean, I was genuinely like, I
Yeah.
want to find my wallet.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they fortunately let me back in. I'd go up to the stands, try and find it, ask the people around if they saw it. No one did. So I'm like, all right, this is not good. I got more ground to search. I mean, this is all between going from like center to the stadium to Chick-fil-A, and now I'm trying to trace my steps back. So I try going back to the tailgate, and at this point, it's just like a war zone, like mud everywhere, trash everywhere.
Yeah, it's an absolute crime scene at Center Street when it's concluded.
And I mean, in my head, I'm like, I'm not gonna find this. So I just went up to one of our pledges that was starting to clean up, like asked him if he saw it. No luck. Asked one of the girls at the house that we used to tailgate. No luck. So I'm like, all right, might as well just cancel my card, move on, get a new ID, figure it out. And then I started walking back to Chick-fil-A because I'm like, all right, I need to get some food in me. Hopefully one of my friends will just buy me a sandwich or something. And so we eat. We're like, all right, let's go home. We go to hit the bus. As I'm walking back across the drill field to hit the bus, I'm like, I can't get on this bus unless I have my Hokey P.
Yeah. And Hokey P is the student ID, just for people who don't know.
So it's like, yeah, you have to pay the fare, obviously, if you don't have that, but for students, you can ride free. So I'm like, all right, this isn't good. So I'm just standing there like, what do I do? And it was like a little bit chilly out. This was like, I think early November, late October. So I just throw my hands in my pockets real quick. Next thing I know, I pull out my wallet out of my front pocket. And I'm just like, I just spent 30 minutes just frustrated, like trying to search for this. And I mean, thankfully I found it out. I canceled my card like 10 minutes prior to that. So I was just like, I can't use my card now. So, I mean, I was able to get on the bus at least. So me and my one boy were going to try and get on the bus. We're like, the bus leaves in 2 minutes. We're like in the middle of the drill field. It's like another couple hundred feet. So like as we're on the street walking up the bus, the door's shut. So we like try sprinting up, like, yo, let us in. Like, the bus pulls away. I go in the middle of the street, just right behind the bus, just hands up, like, dude, so defeated.
I wish I had a picture of that. A picture of you just like this in the bus, just going.
And then still me just drunk. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, after I just went through all that process trying to find my phone my wallet, but it was just.
That's something.
And ended up.
That's a deflating story.
It really is. And then ended up walking back home, like a 50-minute walk to Fox Ridge, which is out in the boonies of Blacksburg, of course.
Boonies.
And watch the rest of the game. And I'm like, all right, this game's going to 6 overtimes. I was just at this game. I could have been watching the longest football game in college football history, and our team, like Virginia Tech, also won. And I'm just like,
yeah. But we had a good night though, because I remember we left the game when it ended, and I'm pretty sure we just threw a party back in Fox Ridge that night. I mean,
it was a good night for sure.
Yeah, it was definitely a good night. I remember the party vibes were solid. But now, do you usually put your phone in your wallet in like I always put my phone in my right pocket?
Yes, I was about to say
always.
Because just like that instinct.
Yep, and I always put my wallet in my left pocket with my chapstick. So
the chapstick always.
Yeah, I always got the Burt's Bees. But did you have like your wallet in the wrong pocket that day, or like how'd you miss it?
I think it was like So, like, I mean, you're going to tailgate, you're going to throw on some khaki shorts. When I'm wearing jeans or khakis, I always throw my wallet in my back pocket. So I was like, it's not here. And I think it was just in my front left pocket. And
Back pocket? That's interesting. You're utilizing the back pockets?
Yeah, because, I mean, I don't know.
I thought they were just there for show.
I mean, I don't know. I tried to use
I might be wrong. Everyone might use the back pockets.
I also feel like I tend to lose my wallet more if it's like, if I'm like in shorts or sweats or something.
Yeah.
Because, like, when you sit like this, like, the pocket's going down, so
it's exposed.
Yeah, exactly. Where it's like, it's tight when you're sitting on it.
Oh,
It's not going. I mean, I didn't lose it. I just thought I lost it.
Yeah, no. I hate when that happens. Like when you're looking for something and it's just like right in front of you. Like I'll look for my AirPods and I'll be like, where are they? And I'll be like, touch my ears.
That's the worst.
My ears. I'll be like, oh.
You're like, if you're like sunglasses or something, they're like on your hat or literally just like.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
No, that's how I broke my glasses this year. Is I had them on the back of my head and they got like knocked off and I like couldn't find where they were and I just took a step back and just crunched on them.
Dang. Were they nice sunglasses or?
They were Ray-Bans.
Oh,
but it actually ended up working. I think I told this on the podcast not too long ago, but I broke the lens, but the frame was still intact.
Okay.
So I took it to my eye doctor and I was like, hey, can I pay you to put in my prescription lens? They sent it away. It was only $30.
That's
Shout
crazy.
out my mom's for that one, yeah. She sent them to me like a week ago, like 2 weeks ago, and I love them.
That's crazy because like if you sent those to Ray-Bans to like just get like the original frames, they'd be like what, $50 or $60.
Yeah, they'd be
you
so
get prescription
Yeah,
ones.
I got
like,
custom prescription frames. So
that's absurd.
Yeah, so I'm loving that. Should we get into a little sports update?
Oh,
a little Redskins?
You always know ready.
Yeah, the Washington football team is undefeated. 1-0. We beat the Eagles. We were down 17-0 at half on Sunday. Came back to win 27-17. 27 unanswered points. 8 sacks by our defensive line. We got the Cardinals on Sunday. How did you think that game went for them? How do you think they looked in the first half, second half, and what is your prediction for the game against the Cardinals on Sunday?
First half, dude, I mean, it just felt like last season, which, like, I mean, obviously you're going into the season this year with good hopes. Got a lot of young guys. Haskins coming to his second year. Got Ron Rivera, great coach in him. But just seeing that first half, I mean, we were just missing some passes. The defense played overall really well, but it's just like, whether it was just like, I mean, who was it? Dallas Goedert and Jalen Reagor had some like deep catches from Wentz that was just like.
Yeah, we can't be letting Dallas Goedert make catches.
Hey, dude, I got him in one of my fantasy leagues. Careful there.
Okay.
No, but once it's against the football team.
When it's against the Washington football team, you better come correct.
But yeah, so like halftime, you just feel a little defeated. But I think that the difference in that game is Ron Rivera. Like what he said in the locker room really like
resonated through them. And they have Jack Del Rio as their defensive coordinator. Like, that's 2 big-time coaches that have coached big-time playoff games, Super Bowl, in between.
And with, like, the letting go of Bruce Allen, like, I mean, that's immediately, like, a step in the right direction.
Bruce Allen's a schmuck.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That guy,
and it's like, I know a lot of people don't like Snyder, but, like, he's starting to take some good steps, I think. I mean, obviously, there was all those accusations. I'm not going to speak on that. I don't know the depth of that, but... definitely heading in the right direction. Even just like the recent draft picks over the past couple of years. I mean, you got to think our D line was built over our last like 4 years of drafting between Allen, Payne, Sweat, Chase Young. I mean, Chase Young had a day for
Chase
sure.
Young, 1.5 sacks. Dude, I saw a tweet yesterday that Ryan Kerrigan was NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
Oh, actually?
Yeah, the entire NFC.
He had a good game, but
I don't know.
That's surprising.
He had 2 sacks, a couple tackles for losses. But, I mean, yeah, that D line is just... They were getting a lot of pressure on Carson Wentz.
Yeah, I mean, they shut him down that second half. The offense was able to put stuff together. The running back position definitely needs a little work.
Yeah. This week is just going to be interesting with the Cardinals because I feel like we'll be able to get penetration like on Kyler Murray. But once he gets outside of the pocket, we got to worry about DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, Fitzgerald is old. But, like, you know what I mean? Like, DeAndre Hopkins is basically all he did. Who's going to be guarding him?
And then, I mean, yeah, I think Kenyon Drake's going to have a rough day for sure. But if we can keep Murray contained... and make him pass, it will be like a good game. Like obviously Hopkins is an elite receiver. Our secondary, we don't have like someone on that level as him. But like I think we'll be able to compete. If we shut down that run game, force them to pass, like make them a little frustrated, I think we'll be a good game.
Yeah. I would like to see, because I saw the Bears are willing to dice Allen Robinson. I would like to see us make a push because we need another receiver to go alongside, Terry McLaurin.
Dude, yeah. Because I mean, Dontrell Inman, he's like, 31, and our number 3 receiver.
Jr.
Yeah, Sims is good.
Sims is solid.
And then Cam Sims is even decent. He got pulled up from practice squad, I think, or something like that. And then Gandy Golden could be good, but like we need like a guy right now. So it's like Allen Robinson could be that guy.
Dude, if we had Allen Robinson and Terry McLaurin, that would probably be a top 10 receiver duo in the NFL.
Easily, dude. And it's the fact that McLaurin's, like 23, coming off his rookie year, great year. Dude, like, who won Offensive Rookie of the Year last year? Like, I was making a push for him, but like...
It was a quarterback, right?
It might have...
It was a quarterback.
Was it Murray?
I think it was Murray.
I can see that. But, I mean, he didn't have that great... McLaurin was, like, on a different level compared to the rest of the team.
No, it really was. Yeah, in terms of the rest of the team, it was like light years above them.
Exactly.
But so Vegas has them a plus 6.5, so the Cardinals are expected to win. Now, they didn't have big expectations going into the season, but they just beat the Super Bowl runner-ups, the 49ers. If you guys didn't know, that was a really tight game.
That's crazy.
So yeah, so they're rewarding the Cardinals with a 6.5 point slide. Do you think the Skins cover that?
I always hate it because like talking about this is like the one team I'm afraid I'm gonna jinx just because like.
Hey, just knock on some wood, right? Before you say whatever you're about to say.
I think they'll
a lot
cover.
of wood in this office.
I think they'll cover. It might come down to like field goal or something. Like a plus 3.5 might be a little more respectable. But yeah, I'd say they cover for sure.
I'm tempted to take them money line. It's just I
wouldn't be a bad call. I mean,
man, 2-0. Can you imagine us starting 2-0? 2-0 heading into Cincinnati, which is like. Who they got? Joe Burrow? Like
that's it.
That's about
He's
it, dude.
Scoring the rushing touchdowns.
I mean, their kicker folded for them the other day, dude.
That's a shame, dude. I mean,
I remember watching that game live, and Burrow went in with like a minute 30 left to drive them 85 yards, and I was like, dude, this is going to be a great start to his career, because I could just feel that when that drive was going, they were clicking. They were throwing out routes, slants, like everything.
He didn't miss a beat from last year.
He did not miss a beat. And then it's just like to get that far down there and then throw a touchdown to A.J. Green. If he push off. I mean, at the end of the day, he may have extended his arm, but dude, give it to him, man.
That's what it's just crazy because that's a game-changing call. Yeah, it was the same thing with the Rams and with
Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, and it's like he sold it, but like
that was not pass interference.
It was not like who was it? Michael Gallup, right?
I think it was Gallup.
And it's like he had his arm extended, but that's just like that's what you do. Like you want to feel where your cornerback's at, you want to feel where the receiver's at. Like you're looking in the sky, like you touch each other.
No, Ramsey just like flopped back.
And it's like they tried saying it broke his stride, and like he maybe stuttered like a half second, but like he did not break his stride or stop or anything.
There was a lot of bad
like,
calls that I saw on Sunday, so the refs got to get their stuff together.
The Cowboys lost because of that, and it's like
I mean that was literally like the game because that was with like a minute left in the game, or like a minute 30 or something.
Yeah, it's a shame.
But all right, so go Skins. What is your Super Bowl prediction? Because I know the season started last week, but I was when I was watching the pre-shows, all the guys were making their Super Bowl predictions. So I want to ask you, who's going to the championship this year?
I'm gonna have to go with Chiefs Seahawks. Honestly,
that is literally exactly what I was gonna say.
All right, I can
to a T, dude. I'm pretty sure I was talking with Benji like the other night, and I was like, dude, I don't know who I'm gonna say when I have the podcast with Eric, and I was like, dude, Chiefs Seahawks sounds right.
I mean, it's like
nice.
The Seahawks are very consistent. Russ is very efficient. I mean, obviously you got Patrick Mahomes. I think the Patriots will give them a run for their money with Cam and then just Belichick. You can never count them out.
I don't know who's gonna be in the NFC. I mean, I think it's gonna be, of course, Seahawks going to the championship, but I think that AFC Championship is going to be Chiefs-Ravens.
Yeah, I was about to say the Ravens are also.
I think Chiefs-Ravens, and then I want to say the Saints, but dude, the Saints, I'm just not. I just don't think it's going to be the Saints. So
until they prove themselves, like at this point,
the refs absolutely hate the Saints in the playoffs. So until they can get past that,
low-key, Packers though.
Yes,
past week especially, like
Devontae Adams had like 15 catches.
Also happened in fantasy.
Me too. Oh, you got 2 leagues?
Yeah.
Our league. What do you think about our draft in our league the other day?
We obviously had a couple people have some questionable drafts. Cole just didn't draft, which took a nap or something. That's his fault. But
get your stuff together, Cole.
Trump took.
Hope you're doing well, champ.
Trump took Mason Crosby like in the 8th round when he meant to take like Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, it was just Benji took Le'Veon Bell in like the 2nd round, and I was like, dude, you're a mark. I was like, you can't fall for that again.
That's
dude.
what I'm saying.
Because he took Le'Veon Bell last year in our league.
Actually,
yeah.
Last year he was not good. He's just the Jets aren't that great of a team. I mean,
no. Why would I would not want to play for the Jets. Not a good franchise right there. I mean, they were right back when they had Mark Sanchez. They went to this
weirdly.
They went to the AFC Championship against the Colts, right?
I think
when the year the Colts and Saints went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was when Rex Ryan was there. So
that's when Tracy Porter had that pick 6.
Yeah, dude. Whoop.
Picked off. Look out. Gets past Madden. running, and it's Tracy Porter taking it all the way. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Yep, dude. He's like pointing to the camera and stuff when he was running.
That was
there.
legendary.
Like, iconic moment right there. Yeah, so we both went Chiefs Seahawks. Today is September 17th, and we hope we get that right because that's going to be in February.
I hope so.
Now, you want to hear something crazy? I don't want to jinx him, but when I did a podcast with Ben, this is before the NBA playoffs have started, but the bubble had picked back up. So regular season play. I was like, give me your finals prediction. He said Heat Lakers. And I was like, the Heat?
I actually remember talking to him about that too.
Yeah, he was like, and I was like, why? And he was like, dude, the Heat are turning up because my man's obsessed with basketball. He knows it in and out. And he was like, yeah, dude, I think the Heat are going to make a run. And I was like, that's a hot take. But now, flash forward, I'm like, they look good.
I was starting to think that, beginning of the playoffs, I mean, what they did to the Bucks, what they did to, who was it before? They obviously,
Sixers.
yeah, and then the Sixers.
Was it the Sixers?
No, the Celtics beat the Sixers.
No, it wasn't.
They're what, 9-1 now in the playoffs? They obviously just beat the Celtics. They had one loss against the Bucks. They swept someone.
They murked.
Who was it? It was whoever the
Pacers.
Yeah, the Pacers. The Pacers just wasn't even a competition.
No.
But I think Jimmy Butler has a lot to prove because it's if they make it to the finals even, that's putting some respect on his name as the star of that team.
Yeah.
Because
and Tyler Hero, 20 years old. I looked it up. We're older than him.
Dude, it's weird.
Yeah. His birthday's in January of 2000.
That's crazy.
So
that man can't legally buy beer right now.
Would you rather be a starter for the Heat or doing a podcast at Radford right now? Which would you rather be doing, dude?
Living in Miami, making millions of
No,
dollars.
he's honestly, he's the man. He's showed up. He's made some big time shots for them in the last few games. But so we have Heat Celtics game 2 tonight. Heat are up 1-0 in that series, and we also have Lakers Nuggets game 1 tonight. I'm super pumped for those series, but before we preview them, let's talk a little bit about the Nuggets and the Clippers and how that series went. 3-1, Clippers were up, ended up folding. Going into game 7 2 nights ago, how did you think it was going to play out?
I can't lie, I knew the Nuggets had it in them, dude. Just whether it be the momentum or, the Clippers, I don't want to say they seemed defeated, but they just weren't playing their best offensive ball. Obviously you got your guys that are playing good defense. Most of those players are strap-up defenders. But the shots were just not falling for them. The under kept hitting. So I was just like, all right, either the Nuggets shoot well, get up to 100 or something, or the Clippers just shut them down on defense somehow. And they
PG shot 4 for 16, and Kawhi shot 6 for 22.
That's crazy.
If my numbers are correct.
Dude, and towards the end of the game, I thought Kawhi was just gonna start popping up shots, trying to take over, but he was playing a little passive. I don't know if he was just trying to keep the game under control, but they were down 13 or 15 at this point, and he was just turning the ball over, and I'm like,
yeah.
What is happening?
I kind of now, in hindsight, I'm more excited for the Nuggets because I'm now we are finally going to get to see a great center matchup between AD and Jokic because AD, who's guarding him in the Rockets series?
No, because PJ Tucker was playing center, but he was guarding JaVale and Dwight.
Yeah.
So
and they had to play small ball.
I think it was
match up with the Rockets line.
Yeah, and I think so I guess Tucker would become, but it's Covington's their 4. So it's him guarding AD or LeBron, whoever the 4 is when they're playing small.
So
that's just not turned out
I'm
well.
super excited to see this because what it's gonna be Rondo on Murray or Danny Green on Murray, and then LeBron.
This would be a good time to have Avery Bradley for sure.
Yeah,
because
I'm pumped, dude. I'm super excited for this series. Heat are looking good. What is your finals prediction between these matchups?
I like the Celtics team, but I just don't think they have it in them right now. I'm going to take the Heat.
They just look kind of burned out.
Yeah, it's weird. And it's they had a chance to win that game off of that push-off foul where the Heat player got pushed into Jason Tatum or whatever, or was Jason Tatum that pushed? I don't remember. So Marcus Smart got free throws out after that because the Heat player got pushed into the Celtics player. So it was an offense or defense foul or whatnot. So they had the chance to tie the game and then still ended up losing.
Yeah.
So that for game 1, obviously it's hard in the bubble. You really don't have your home court advantage, which I think that's where the Clippers were definitely hindered a little bit. But I think the Heat, and then I want LeBron to win. I'm a big LeBron guy, but I also
LeBron guy.
I do want to see Jokic and Murray have a chance to make a name for themselves. Same with Jimmy Butler. It's this is a chance guys can prove themselves.
I think Nuggets Heat would be such a cool finals.
It would be
so unexpected. If someone before the season predicted Nuggets Heat, I'd be like, dude, what are you doing?
Like, no,
You're
like,
crazy.
not a chance.
Crazy, dude. But I don't know, man. I feel like this game 1 tonight is going to be really telling of how that series is going to go because I think it will be tight, but I don't know. Preferably, I'm going to say Lakers win in 6, and Heat win in 5.
5, okay.
Yeah, I think
I can see.
I don't know.
I can see the Lakers Nuggets going to 7, and then Heat Celtics going to 6.
Dude, a game 7 in the conference finals right now would just be like these game 7s. I'm getting like so energetic when they're about to happen, dude. They're so excited.
They're nice when they roll around. I think LeBron and AD definitely just got to be careful not to go up 3-1. I mean,
yeah, just don't go up 3-1 and fold it.
Like give them one if you have to make it 2-2, and then just go from there.
Yeah,
like
dude, it's just such a blessing having sports back. And now we have football, we have basketball, we have hockey, we have fights, we have baseball, we like soccer. Like, just think of it. Like a couple months ago, we couldn't buy a sporting event.
It's
like, and now
it's
we just
miserable.
we can't get rid of them. Except for last night. Last night was a dry spell.
Yeah, last night was a little. But there's a point where it's like you're watching replays of games from like years ago because it's like the sports channels had nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
And it's just like.
Dude, I remember watching in like April, they were showing the Lakers Celtics series from the 08 finals where Paul Pierce went down with the knee injury and then came back. I was watching that game and I was like, dude, well, this is sick. I was like, this is like so sick.
They're great to watch, but at the same time, it's just like having that consistency of like series like every other day, or like you got NHL tonight, you got NBA tomorrow. I mean, dude, like the other day, what was it, like NFL, NBA, NHL, Major League Soccer, baseball, like WNBA, all on the same day. Like,
that's what I'm saying. They're just pumping out content for us, and
that's crazy.
I love it, dude. It gives us something to bet on. But you're not a huge betting man. You dabble.
Yeah, I dabble. I try to.
Yeah, you dabble.
I mean, I'm a sports fan, like a sport fan in general. Like I can sit down and watch a game, enjoy myself. But like it's like if I'm feeling something, I'm feeling something.
Yeah, that's why I need to stop betting for fun and maybe start like taking a step back. Because like what I was saying when I did a podcast with Sam and Kyle for Beat the Bell yesterday, is that I've taken a lot of money out of the stock market and been gambling with that because I don't have enough time to research companies. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, hey, I'd rather just like bring up some of it on sporting events. So that's what I've been doing. But I think I might get back into the stock market, take a step back from sports betting. Because I mean, it's not that it's been going bad. It's just like it's almost like every day I'm betting on something, or like every couple days. So
I feel that.
Yeah. Next weekend, we got a huge fight. We got UFC 253, Israel Adesanya versus Paulo Costa. Both fighters undefeated, so someone's O has got to go on Saturday, September 26, 2020. And our boy Kyle will be down for it. He's making the journey that Friday. I was talking to him yesterday. He said he's coming down that Friday. Hopefully we can get another couple people. Maybe he can like bring an army with him or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna invite Cole, and then I think Brian's coming this weekend.
Yeah, Brian is coming this weekend.
But yeah, and I mean, we could get Damon. Like, we could get a squad going.
That
like,
fight card is stacked. We got 2 title fights. There's also John Jones' recently relinquished belt is on the line. So it's Dominic Reyes against Jan Blachowicz in the co-main event. Some other good fights on the prelims and stuff like that. But nothing like that main event. You're a big Adesanya fan, right? Or is that no? Matt is a big Adesanya fan.
Yeah, I would say I think it's Matt. But I mean, if you're gonna ask me in this fight, Adesanya is. Yeah. It's a fight built for him.
But you guys all enjoy the fights. Like you love watching the fights.
Yeah, and that's the thing with the sports betting. It's like I can sit there, watch the fights, and enjoy it. But it's like if like a fight comes around, I'm feeling it. Like you put
get that feeling in your stomach like this guy's gonna win.
Yeah, but like I mean, you actually like definitely got me into it. I mean, between you, Dom, and Kyle watching it that time, whenever you guys came by, like it's infectious for sure.
It's also so cool because it's like you have basketball on during the day, you have football on during the day. Fights are just always exclusively at nighttime. You know what I mean? It's like you literally wait the entire day, and then at 10 o'clock, that's when they start. So it gives you something to do.
Especially like waiting a couple weeks for like a main event, like 253 or whatever, maybe to roll around. Like you get excited for that, like the day's coming up.
Yeah, and they start pumping out the content on YouTube, like the preview shows, and they have the press conference and the trash talk. But I mean, both these guys are undefeated. Like that's extremely rare that a title fight has 2 undefeated guys. I can't even think of the last time that's happened. But I don't know. I'm not gonna give a prediction just yet because I'll probably touch up on it in my podcast next week. But I'm super pumped for that one, and I am super stoked to watch it at Tech with the army of people.
For sure.
I also know I'm gonna be spending a lot of money on food that weekend too.
You got it.
Dude, nothing like the days at Foxridge, though. I mean, like
just the setup. I mean, like,
it was just more I'm not saying I like it more because I mean you guys have a great location and it is like there is a decent amount of room in your new apartment and
It's
there's
not
one less
terrible.
person living there. But it's just like the size of Fox Ridge was just massive. I feel like
Exactly.
I could like play a tennis match in the living room. or
That's the
something.
thing, and it's like you could have like your group going on, like partying over here, like people watching fights over here, watching games over here. And it's like just people dispersed.
Yeah,
everywhere.
Dom playing with his little rat over
Yeah.
there or whatever he had. Buster.
Yeah, the hamster.
Buster the hamster, dude.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. honestly. Rest in peace to Buster. Okay, we're gonna get into some random topics / questions now. And first one is extremely weird, but I saw it on Google yesterday. If you could combine any two animals together to make one new animal, which ones would you choose, and what would it be called?
I like this question honestly. Have you seen Avatar: The Last Airbender by chance?
I mean, I've seen like parts of. To be honest, I have not seen Avatar in its entirety, and I'm extremely sorry because people are probably upset at me for that.
Hey, it's a great show. No harm though. Do you by chance like know like the main character, like Aang, whatnot?
Yeah, I know what she looks like.
Do you know like his like big like beast flying, the white one with like the arrow like going down? It's like
I don't think so.
it's a flying bison. So it's like a lot of the animals in that show are just like hybrid animals, like they combine them. So from that one, I low-key got the idea of like a bear with an eagle, like just something massive enough where you could ride it, but like also something that could just like mess someone up if you really need to.
Yeah,
like,
bear and eagle. So you're saying it's the size of a bear?
like
just
because it's like it's like big enough where you can ride it, like say like a horse or something, like it flew, but it's like imagine a bear, like it could just attack, like imagine like a lion or something where you could just like. Obviously, I hope you're not just trying to harm people, but like it would just be kind of cool. No one would mess with you.
I know what you
like,
mean.
But at the same time, like that wouldn't be good if those were out in nature. Those would just be wreaking havoc everywhere.
Dude, what about an alligator and a kangaroo,
That would be interesting.
or an alligator and a giraffe?
Which way? Like with the neck
like
and then
like the size of a giraffe and the neck of a giraffe,
and then just like the
but yeah, like the
jaws and snout of a gator.
yeah.
That would be.
I don't know. That'd be kind of weird though.
Dude, imagine that thing chasing you. It's just like, oh, that would be.
Dude,
That would-
alligators are so freaky. I remember one time I went to I was vacationing in Florida and there was a like a little resort like out back because like we were at a resort and there was like a little like lake for everyone and they had signs all around and it was like alligator like warning like you're swimming amongst alligators, but they had like a sectioned off net like 50 yards out like for the resort, but if you got past that net like they're not guaranteeing anything.
And it's like even then you're putting your money on a net. Like
yeah, no,
like,
I was so swimming in there.
Dude, did you hear about that kid at one of the Disney resorts? Like I think it was like the same like style where they have like the net where to try and prevent them and like all the signs. Like this kid, they were like at like a movie night show with like the screen outside, whatnot. The kid just wandered off to like the pond and just like the alligator got it.
That's terrible.
And it's like it's terrible because I mean it's like obviously there was like a lot of fire under Disney. It's like how do you let something this happen? There's a lot of fire under the parents. It's like how do you let your kid do this? Which is like I mean imagine losing your kid and people going at you like you're an irresponsible parent. Like I mean
yeah, that's terrible. That's
it's
like no.
yeah.
I wonder how often they check those nets.
That's
Like
I'm
because
saying,
what
like,
if they're just like at the very bottom and then just chewing through them
it's
and
like how do you check it? It's like that's murky water. It's like
yeah, I don't know how you would check it. Maybe you would just have to reinstall a new one like every like 3 times a year.
yeah.
I mean, it might take a lot of effort and money, but
and it's like who says the gator just doesn't get out and like
I
walk
mean once
around?
you
like,
I feel like if like let's say that resort that I went to, an alligator attacks someone and kills someone. No one's gonna want to go to that resort.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like
I mean,
that
like,
resort's gonna like
no.
lose so much money. So you might as well like take the precautionary things you need to do to assure that doesn't happen.
I mean, I think you're just making a mistake by having like a pond where gators are going to be attracted to it. Like, I mean, it's like obviously like golf courses. That's part of like the scenery and whatnot. You're going to find like if you're playing, you're going to find like a gator or two just like chilling on the side to like have like because I'm pretty sure like the pond or whatnot. Like it was relatively close to like the resort, right?
Yeah, it was like right off of it.
And it's like you could just like push it back a little bit. Like I don't know how hard that'd be to like fill up or just I don't know something with the design there should have been thought out a little differently. I feel.
Yeah, I can
Like, I mean,
So what would you call the bear and eagle, the cross?
beagle.
A beagle. I like that.
I thought
It's
fair. I mean,
yeah, I mean it is what it is. I mean it works.
What would you say for yours?
The alligator and the giraffe.
Alligator.
The giraffe-gator.
I was gonna say that's
The giraffe-gator, baby. Yeah, for sure, the giraffe-gator. Okay, random topic / question number 2. If you guys don't know, my man is a relatively massive snowboarder. He's been a handful or multitude of times actually, right? Like you've been to Utah.
Yeah.
You've been to every.
Out west, I've only been to Utah, but I've been.
You've been to every resort around here, right? Like in Virginia or West Virginia.
Yeah, Virginia doesn't really have any. There's Snowshoe down in West Virginia. That's pretty nice. Pennsylvania has a handful. I really want to go like up northeast to like Maine, New Hampshire area because like that's where the mountains get a little bit better. You get some actual snow. I mean, around here it's called. I don't know if you're familiar. It's called the Ice Coast, and that's just for the reason, obviously. You want some nice powder when you're snowboarding, skiing, whatnot. If you're going down, you got like your light base. The sun comes out, melts it. It gets a little bit colder again. It freezes over.
Yeah.
You're going down, like you're scratching up your board, your skis, and it's just you can't like carve or try to break.
Yeah, you can't.
It's just not fun to ride on.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, I've had some not so great experiences out here. I've had some days where it's like, I mean, it's a day by day, it's a season by season type thing around here. If like you're going up to Pennsylvania, whether it's like Wisp, Liberty, Whitetail, but it is a different animal out west. Like, I mean,
I could totally imagine.
The max elevation peaks around here are usually like 1,000 feet, maybe like 1,500. Out west, it's like 10,000.
Jeez.
And it's like,
so breathing gets thin up there.
It does, and it's like, I mean, it's not like terrible, but like between, you actually like have to layer up out there because like between the wind, you don't know when a storm may come in for a little bit. You don't know like just how cold it's going to be up top versus, I mean, it's like 10, 15 degrees colder up top versus down at like the lodge and whatnot.
Yeah.
Versus like around here, like you'll be trying to snowboard or ski in like 40-degree weather. It just does not work too well. Which that's where the ice comes in, obviously.
Did you go on the trip to Canada in high school?
I did not. I just wasn't feeling that bus ride.
Yeah, the bus ride seems like was. I didn't go either. It was like 14 hours there, like 12 hours or something ridiculous.
Like, I mean, I definitely want to go up at some point, but like.
So you've never been to Canada? You've never tested out the snow there?
I've never left the country actually. That's
really?
that's one thing I definitely need to get done soon.
Yeah, I don't know. I have left the country, but like not really. Like I went on a cruise, and
I feel
so it's like. I did, but I didn't, because like they would just pull up the boat to the shore, or the cruise to like the shore, and you would just get out, hang out there for like 10 hours, and then get back.
Where'd you go, like the Caribbean Islands or something?
No, I went to the Bahamas.
I got you.
Yeah, it was fun. I was so young though. I was like 5.
Oh, so I mean, do you remember it pretty well? Or
Yeah, I remember it fairly well. It was for my my grandparents' 50-year anniversary, so they took like my aunts, my uncles, all the cousins. But let's get back to. I don't want to put this on here. I want to get back to snowboarding. So. What other reasons do you prefer the Utah snow and snowboarding in Utah compared to going to like Liberty or something like around here?
Utah's nice in particular because like if you're flying in, we usually stay like in Salt Lake City, which is nice because like it's a little bit smaller of a city, but it's like still got the city vibes. Obviously, the hotel we usually stay in, it's like you can see the Jazz Stadium, you can see all like the bars and stuff.
Sick.
And it's like Utah University is just down the way. Like it's a nice city, honestly, and it's the view is crazy. It's like you have like a mountain range here, you have like one across the lake over here. It is just the most beautiful thing. And it's like driving in from the airport, it's like a 30-minute drive, which isn't bad at all. Like you're seeing all this on the way.
The scenery is probably beautiful.
It's crazy. And then it's like within Salt Lake City, you can go up to like 2 hours out. There's like 13 different resorts, which is the crazy thing about it. So it's like one day you hit this place, you're like, all right, let's go to this place this place today. And it's just nice because you can get some, just switch it up a little bit, get some different slopes. Where it's like, I haven't been to Colorado, I need to do that. But if you fly into like Denver, it's like you drive like 2 hours out to this resort, you stay at this resort because like the next resort's like 2 or 3 hours out.
Yeah, this away.
Exactly. So that's like the big reason I haven't done that.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been trying to. Obviously between that and then, marijuana being legal there, it's like you got to take a trip eventually. Just like same with California.
Now, do you because I'm assuming you go with your brothers and your dad and your family. Mm-hmm. Do they snowboard, ski? What do they prefer?
My dad skis. My sister skis.
Dads love skiing.
They really do.
My dad skis. He's like, I ain't snowboarding, but I'll ski though.
My oldest brother, he actually went here. So I mean, he would always go up to snowshoe like every winter. He really got me and my other 2 brothers into it. So we're all snowboarders, which is nice because like the 4 of us can hit a lift together.
Yeah.
Bomb it together. I mean, it's a lot more fun versus
That's
like
sick.
Not that my dad's not a good skier, but it's like we're obviously cruising where it's like, I mean, he's gonna be a little more cautious, just take his time. He's obviously gonna go at his own speed, but it's like half the time it's like we get to the bottom, we're like, all right, like we're waiting to get back on the lift.
Yeah.
No, I mean, no shame, pops, but
no, yeah. So do you ever ski? Like, do you ever try on the skis and mess around with it?
I did when I was younger. I've been meaning to just like give it a shot because like I mean it's a little bit of a different game, but like
I thought it was easier because like I went to Bryce like 2 years ago And I've skied before, but I had never snowboarded before, so I tried, because we were there for like 3 days. So the first 2 days I snowboarded, and then the last day I skied. And I don't know, I mean, I definitely, like, snowboarding I thought was more fun, but, like, I thought skiing was more, like, controllable, more easy.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
It's, the way I would put it is snowboarding's easier to pick up, but once, like, you're good at skiing, like...
That's what I'm saying, I'd skied my first, like, 4 times that I'd been there, so maybe if I tried boarding earlier.
Yeah. I would say, like, the big thing is, like a peak, like, I mean, you got the best skiers in the world, like, you're up here, you got the best snowboarders in the world, like, they're not on the same level. Like, it's just not even close, whether it's tricks, whether it's speed, whether it's, like the extreme, like, terrain, going down cliffs, like, the helicopter jumps, whatnot, like, it's just, like, a different level. And it's, like, I mean, a lot of, obviously, skiing's older, so it's, like, it has a richer history, like, more people are surrounded. I mean, that's obviously why our parents do it, because snowboarding really only got big.
It's like relatively new.
Like, Shaun White made it big, I mean, like, in reality, with, like, the X Games and the Olympics. But
it's basically just skateboarding on snow.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, I feel like it's really more of an American thing compared to, like, European, where it's like, if you go, like, to the Swiss Alps or something like that, it's like everyone skis. Like, and there's, like, certain trails even, like, or even, like, like, out west, where it's like, all right, like, only ski, because, like, the way you snowboard can carve it up, like, carve the slope up a little more, where it's like, if you're skiing, like, you just go. And it's like, if you're good enough, you just go on a snowboard, but it's like, your balance is a little harder because you're sideways going down the mountain, I mean.
Do you ever mess around with, like, tricks and stunts and anything?
I've tried. My brother's...
Older or younger?
Older brother. I've seen him wipe out a good amount, so I've definitely been hesitant to it. Matt Di Giovanna, you know him, right?
Yeah, I went to Eagle Ridge with him.
Yeah, I've seen him... I've been to Liberty with him, like, once or twice with, like, Jack and a couple other guys, and I've seen him and some other boys do some insane tricks.
He's a snowboarder?
Yeah.
He can do tricks.
Yeah, but then there's some skiers there that are just insane too, and it's like, I mean, I've seen him wipe out a few times. I've seen some other people wipe out. I mean, it's just like you're riding the lift.
There's some violent wipeouts.
And you're like, yeah, I mean, and it's like, I mean, I love snowboarding, but it's like at the same time, like, do I want to bust my back on, like, a rail right now? And just like...
Now, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but do you go black diamond, blue?
It's
like, how do you go about it?
Around here, the black diamonds are nothing.
They're easy for you? Dude, I look at the black diamond, it's just like straight now. I'm like, holy, I'm gonna go blue.
Dude, I
I'm
mean,
gonna go azul.
Yeah, you go out west and there's some blues, like, you'll look down and see that. Like, there's some that's like, most people, like, they're doing, like, that full, like, whole mountain turn because they don't just want to go straight. I mean, it's like, there's some... I definitely struggle with a couple blues out there, but it's like a black is more of a challenge out there for sure. Not the double blacks are like
impossible.
Like you got to be a professional.
You're gonna die, yeah.
Because it's like they're in the woods. They have the moguls, which are like meant for skiers.
Dude, we should make it a point to go get an army of people together, or even just go with like a handful of us. Because I'm gonna be home. We both have extremely long winter breaks this year, so we're gonna be home for like a long period of time. We should try to get like an Airbnb somewhere, like Bryce, Liberty, Snowshoe.
Snowshoe's good for that because you can get like a cabin or something.
That's what I'm saying. That'd be a fun weekend, and I feel like I'd be able to learn a lot from you guys snowboarding because I just snowboard. I wouldn't. I mean, I might ski like one day, but I don't know.
But at the same time, it's like if you're gonna like try and do, I get like trying to figure out which one is better for you, but like if you go like head on for one, your odds are you're gonna do a little bit better versus trying to learn both. You know?
Yeah, exactly, 100%. Man, 50 minutes. Should we keep going?
I'm feeling good.
Yeah. All right, so we'll wrap it up with this. Before we started the podcast, we were talking a little bit about video games. Eric, of course, is an avid video game player, much like myself. I just want to know, what is your favorite year of Madden, 2K, and COD, and why?
Madden?
We'll start with Madden. Yeah, we'll start with Madden.
Madden 12. Was it old?
Madden 12 was the one with Peyton Hillis. The Browns guy.
Yeah. That had like the original like franchise mode where they first made so you could do like the draft with like other people and like play each other.
That one was crucial.
That was great just because of that reason. I know they have that now, but it's just like that OG game, like of being able to do that was just a different level.
Yeah. I would say maybe Madden 25 because that's when they had the option. I remember like that's when like I like used the option with the 49ers because they were running the triple read option at the time. They had the Michael James, Frank Gore, and Colin Kaepernick.
That team was
if you know how to do the triple read option in Madden 25, it was impossible to stop.
Yeah, that was crazy too because like the fact they just didn't have half the offenses they do today back then, like with Madden. And it's like half the time, like, you could just run go routes and they connect too. Like, you don't really have to play strategic, but now it's like...
Oh, now you have to play strategic.
And, I mean, it's obviously good for the, just like the evolution of the game, but like, it's not something you can pick up and just be good at, whereas before it's like, we could play a game and like, we'd be putting up numbers.
Yeah, or you could like weave in and out of people. Like if you on kickoff, like if you were just fast enough, you were Deshaun Jackson or Devin Hester, you just hit a sideline, cut it right back. Okay, now what about 2K?
2K,
This is a hard one for me.
I would say my favorite one, I think it was 14. That was the one I went hardest on for my player. So I put a lot of hours into that. I think that was, I couldn't tell you who the cover of that one was.
Was that Paul George?
No, Paul George was like 16. 2014 might have been...
I think 2K13 was a combination. It was like KD, AD, and Derrick Rose, I think. Let me look it up.
I was about to say, the one I'm thinking of might be MJ, honestly.
No, that's 2K11. That's what I was going to say.
Okay, 2K11.
2K11 was...
that was a good one.
That was probably my favorite one to date. Let's look up who was on the
cover.
Is
it the one with LeBron?
No, it was, it's KD, Derrick Rose, and Blake Griffin on the cover of 2K13.
Okay. Okay, wait, what's 14 though?
Oh, my bad.
Wait, Paul George has been on 2K covers twice?
No. Blake Griffin was on 13. 13 was Derrick Rose, KD, and Blake Griffin.
Yeah.
14 was LeBron.
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of then.
Yeah, the one with LeBron throwing up the
shot. Yeah, that one's nice.
Yeah. That's a tough picture.
That's the year the Heat fell apart though. That's
against the Spurs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We were talking about that coming in here, saying did Kawhi like fold his legacy? Did Paul George fold his legacy? But I feel like when you think back to Kawhi, Paul George maybe, but when you look back at Kawhi, it's like, man, he strapped LeBron in the finals, won MVP when he was 23.
It's crazy.
Right around that age. Went to a new team, won a championship his first year against a dynasty. Granted, they may have been hurt, maybe, but it is what it is, man. I mean, they got the championship, and then he's on a new team this year, so I don't think he folded his legacy, but, man.
Dude, I mean, I think the big thing with Kawhi was, like, he was always an elite defender. It was just, like, once, like, Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Ginobili, like, got to the ends of their career, like, he was like, all right, I got to step up my offensive game. So that's when his mid-range got nice. That's when his three got nice. I mean, you saw it in Toronto, obviously. Like, he became an elite scorer.
Yeah, he's such a well-rounded player. So well-rounded.
Mm-hmm. It's just his length and, like, it's crazy.
Now, what's your favorite Call of Duty of all time? This one's tough for me because I'm not a huge COD guy.
It's hard because, like, a lot of people will say different. I'm going to say Black Ops 2, which I know, like, that's a popular one. But just between the Nuketown and that, the zombies, overall, I
love the gun games that they have in that.
Yeah, like the
Party in the Chamber.
Yeah.
Sticks and Stones.
And it's just, like, the maps that they had, like the cruise ship one, too. Like, those are all just so...
Oh, dude, that cruise ship is money. That's probably one of my favorite maps. But dude, nothing like Nuketown. Nuketown is just like so classic. It's just like it's small, but it's like there's a lot of hiding places, a lot of like places to like take advantage of.
It's like small enough where you can like actually know the map too, where it's like you play somewhere else and it's just like 3 or 4 times the size, and it's just like you're a little bit lost playing sometimes.
Yeah, 100%. Man, I think we're going to conclude this episode. This was solid, man, for 54 minutes, right around 54 minutes. Man, solid episode. I had a good time chatting with you. Finally able to get you on here. But before we end it, again, I'm going to drill it into you guys. Make sure, top of the description, St. Jude, get in touch with someone at Teak at Virginia Tech. Get in touch with Eric. Help make a donation. Eric, do you have any closing statements, remarks, or shout-outs you'd like to give to anyone?
Thanks for having me on, man. I mean,
for sure, dude.
It's been a good time.
Solid episode. Yeah, I had a great time chatting with you about all sorts of stuff today. But make sure to also follow Eric on Instagram at Eric_Palmer18. Make sure to check out my social media accounts. They're going to be in the description below, so just scroll down. But thank you very much for watching or listening, whichever one you guys did today. Please share it with your friends, family, aunts, uncles, like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Stay tuned for next week. But today was Thursday, September 17, 2020. This was Season 2, Episode 32. I'm your host of the show, Michael Marr. And as always, stay clean, stay safe, and stay tuned.
Off the juice, coding got me tripping. Got the